Okay, alright guys, this is Dranking. Right, I'm going to go through my opinion on which is better, Path of Exile or Diablo 3. Diablo 3 in its current state, and not when it got launched, funnily enough, and Path of Exile in its current state. Okay, so I'll cover Diablo 3 first because Diablo 3 is up, so I'm going to go through its pros and its cons. I'm going to match them together and tell you my overall which is better in my opinion. So this is me personally. Obviously many people have disagreements or agreements, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to break it all down into categories. There's a lot to cover, as there's a lot to the games. There's a lot of similarities, there's a lot of differences. Okay, but I'm going to go through the visuals, all my opinions, my first impressions ish or whatever, the sound, gameplay, bugs, replayability, because that's what it's all about, is the replayability of these games. Otherwise they're not doing their job as what they're meant to be doing. The story and the rating. So I'm just going to cover the good points first. What was good about each bit and what's bad about each bit that they've done so far. Okay, so looking at it, visuals, I think for the most part it looks pretty nice. The whole lands, just the trees, the grass, everything's pretty much nice. I'll go to the bad bit in a second. Overall it is very pretty game. The cinematics are gorgeous. Blizzard do a hell of a job with cinematics. They are so damn nice all the time. So that's what they do a great job with, is cinematics. It's a shame they don't spur a lot of the graphics onto the game itself. But overall it is. Let me just go into a town wherever I am. I think I'm just randomly in a game. But overall, all the areas are hugely different. Each act takes to a very different place, so it's a whole different feel from the wooded, haunted, sort of gothic feel from the first act to a whole sandy area. You're in like desert area, you're in sewers. Then you go to a big messed up castle. Then eventually you go to, it's a castle or fort. You're inside little dungeony areas. Then you go out into through where you fight that spider woman. So you're going through like a huge tower of the damned kind of thing. I'm not sure what it's called. I can't remember properly. But then you go to the heaven area. So it's a huge, drastic scales of what you are through the actual acts, and they all look pretty damn good. The bad part with the visuals is the character. The first thing I noticed when I played the game was, God, they look so bad. They look so tremendously bad, the characters. In fact, let me go into back to the character itself. Leave game. They just look terrible. Every single one. Like if I change quest, if I switch hero, everything looks so. Look at that. It looks absolutely terrible. Remember, I've got GTX 780 SLI. So there's nothing to do with my computer. They just look horrible. Obviously, I'm not super hardcore Diablo. I did. This is my second Battle.net account, so I did have a barbarian at around about 30 Paragon, but my old email got completely messed up, and I got no access to it, so I had to make a new Battle.net account recently. But in general, I played enough hours on Diablo, I know I have, but I'm saying for the visuals, the characters, they look terrible, which means the armor looks terrible. They have a habit of doing that, Blizzard. They make your person look horrible when they got the tech to just make it look. It can easily make it look nice. I mean, this game came out after Skyrim, for Christ's sake, and that has a lot more going on than this, and that looks phenomenal. It's got no excuse for your character to look like that at all. I know Reaper of Souls is coming out, and they're doing a character update with the visuals, but still, it doesn't look how it should do, especially now that it's coming out, partly through 2014 for Christ's sake, and they still look like old. They still look outdated, which is not good. So yeah, the world, everything else is really nice. Cinematics are gorgeous. Character models and armors and that look terrible, but your visuals when you're doing your spells, your attacks and that, they're all flawless. They're all really nice. So that's pros and cons with the visuals. Right, the sounds, sounds overall, everything sounds spot on because they've done countless bug fixes and sorted a lot of them out. But music, think of it now, none of it I can really remember or it even stands out. So there's not a memorable area where this sounds sick, this sounds amazing. Yeah, I love this bit because I love going in this dungeon because this music comes on. There's nothing really like that. There's nothing that really stands out. I mean, it's not to do with my tech either. I mean, I've got an Asus Phoebus 7.1 sound card with Tiamat 7.1 headset, so my sound quality is absolutely unbelievable. But the sounds for the game, everything sounds how it should sound. Nothing stands out. Even the music for bosses, I cannot even remember a single boss sound or music, and that should be some sick music when you're fighting the boss, especially Diablo. Jesus, they got a right choice of music for that they could have had, but there's nothing really outstanding with sounds in general. Music it sets the tone for the area. Just nothing adrenaline-y, epic kind of thing. I mean, come on, you're fighting wave after wave of things, smashing them down, taking them all out, and you're still not getting. There's still no. There's still no epicness from the sounds itself. But we'll go on to the gameplay. The gameplay itself with Diablo 3 is pretty damn good. I'll go into my skills. I can't remember the buttons now. Skills. Where's my skills? So the gameplay in general is very. At first, it looks simple. You've only got like 6 things here, 6 skills here. Then you got 3 things here for your passives. They unlock over time as you unlock your levels. Then you start realizing, with every single thing, there's a rune to it. Every single skill is a rune to it. So you can mix and match. Then you have the ability to have the option to completely change what's there in that key. So initially it starts easy, because you've not got much things, and when everything becomes available, I mean, even in your passives you have quite a lot, so you got to really think what you're wanting to do, how you're wanting to play your guys. You're wanting to be more of a tanky guy, for your gear, you're going to have a shield on, you're going to have 2 weapons, are you going to have one massive weapon? How are you going to play your dude? Are you going for crits? Are you going for higher damage? Are you going for this? Lightning, ice? You got to start thinking how you want your person to be. Then you need to apply all that armor to what gems you're using, and then to your skills and so forth, and your play style, and seeing what's best for you. So there's a lot of experimenting to go on, and people play this non-stop, and they are constantly changing what they're doing with their skills, what gear they're using, because there's a completely new way to play it each time, and it can be very effective or it can be very poor, or not very poor. As soon as you've got good gear and you know what you're doing, it's pretty much of how quick you can do it, rather than you're going to die all the time, because you still have epic gear, got your moves, that you know what you're doing. It's just how quick you're gonna blast through on what Inferno level. But yeah, so also the gameplay with the mobs themselves, I think they're good. There's a huge variety of monsters. There's so many different mobs, and it's nice when you get into Inferno, you get even more coming at you, and obviously the monster power was very handy, them sticking that in. That just helps with the leveling overall. Obviously, Reaper of Souls, it all changes, and people are finding out ways to power level. I've been watching a few videos of people doing some things, and I don't like power leveling. It just defeats the fun of the game. I mean, there's always ways to power level, and like I used to do that when I was playing like loads of other games. Now I prefer to just play the game and enjoy it, rather than just boom, 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 I'm super maxed, super quick, sort of thing. So now I just rather just like do it legit. I always like doing things proper legit. That's kind of gamer I am. But yeah, definitely gameplay's really solid. It's absolutely solid gameplay. There's not really much where you get annoyed at, apart from like, you'll be getting somewhere and then you'll just find a mob that does nuts damage, or acid, or you're fighting all them trees in fields of misery, and that kills you. It's a bit annoying, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge where you find the champion packs and stuff, and they're all doing like the walls and then the fire on the floor. It's all a challenge, but it's a good challenge. It's a fun challenge. It's a fun game when you get your onslaughts from people. The gameplay is absolutely solid. It's so tight. The keys, the movement, it's all spot on. They've done a good job. But obviously, Blizzard has a lot of money to put towards these kind of things, so I don't know why they messed up so much in the beginning. But hey, it's still an overall great game, and it's going to be fantastic when Reaper of Souls comes out. Okay, replayability. Replayability. Actually, no, sorry, bugs first. To be honest, I'm not very good at spotting bugs, and I've not really seen, apart from things that take the piss sometimes, like key wardens. I mean, I can do things like when I was trying to get that book for the Inferno machine or whatever, I was doing that on Monster Power 5, so that should have been a 50% chance to drop that book. It took 10 attempts for him to finally drop it, and that is a bit piss takey. One time I did it on Monster Power 6. I mean, as you can see, I'm only level 60. So I can't set ring. Yeah, I like that. Boom. So yeah, I'm only Paragon level 60. So it's 27. So Inferno Monster Power levels are a bit hard for me at the moment. Well, I can do 5. That's all. I can roll through 5 easy, if you can see through my recording. I don't know if it records that, but yeah, I'm on Monster Power 5, and it's pretty damn easy at that. So it's not too shabby for me. So bugs, there's not really that many now. The game's been out so long. There's been so many patches. They've sorted out everything. They're just completely overhauling the game with Reaper of Souls. So it's just going to be a great new experience. But no, there's nothing really you'll glitch out at or get stuck in a wall, or there's nothing ridiculous like that going on. There's nothing too OP, because it's all been sorted. It's all been leveled out. Replayability. This game's got a great replayability. In fact, you need to do the story quest 4 times on your 4th attempt. My thumb weren't showing then. On the 4th attempt when you hit 60. So you need to do the story, on normal, hell, terror. I can't remember the name. But yeah, you need to. I can't remember the name. That's so annoying me now. But yeah, you need to do on 4 difficulties all the way to Inferno to hit level 60. Then you start doing your Paragon levels. So yeah, the replayability is there straight away. You've already finished the game 4 times, for Christ's sake. So that alone shows it's got replayability. But then it starts going into the gear grinding, or trying out another character. I mean, there's a lot of characters, plenty of characters to choose from, which I'll just have a quick go through now, so you can see the terrible animations on them, and terrible how they actually look. So a lot of people, most people have done several characters. I mean, like my first one was a barbarian. So this time I thought, right, I'm not going to do barbarian, I'm going to do monk. So you got a male's female version of every single one. So I like that. You have a male and female version of every single one. Because I'm the kind of person, I don't like playing as a female. I I'm always like that. I want to be the hero, the fucking dude, and I don't want to be some female showing my legs off when I'm meant to be some epic guy, like kicking ass. I don't want to be there fucking wearing my skin tight leggings and shit like that, or just showing everything. That's not me. That's not how I want to be. If I was an epic hero, I want to be fucking geared out to the tits, destroying shit. That's how I see myself as my alt kind of thing. So yeah, replayability is huge. It is huge because, one, a lot of people like to get the Staff of Herding, then they like to get the Inferno Machine by getting the keys and getting that Hellfire Ring, which I'm 2 out of 3 parts of doing. They like to just level up Magic Find, so they get onto the thingamabob auction house, yeah, and start selling it all, and it's just great. It's really good. So which leads me on to, well, I'm actually going to cover the auction house but it's going to go soon anyway. Auction house, good and bad. It gives people a great incentive to farm for gear so they can sell it all. I mean, so stuff of mine hasn't sold, but I have managed to sell something just at the bottom, 1,000 to 127,000. So that takes my money up a bit more. Fantastic. Yeah. So auction house is great. It gives people incentive to play because, one, it changes then to the real money auction house. Yeah. So then it goes to the real money auction house where people can actually buy items or sell items, so people can make a lot of money. So let me see, for two-handed weapon, search all. Let me see, legendary search. So let me see some of these buyouts. So what people are selling, £22. So people are selling things for like a lot, not a lot of money, but yeah, it's money for pixels. That's what people buying shit for pixels. Buying pixels with the money. So yeah, it's a bit shit like that because it's easy to do that now. I mean, in fact, I bought all my gems that I've got on my dude. I actually bought all them because they're like impossible to get in game. They are. So I know you get them easy on Reaper of Souls, but all my gems themselves, these ones and that one, and well, actually I made that one out of the 3, the red ones. But yeah, that's easy to get if you're buying them. Yeah, and it's annoying. I didn't want to do that. I spent enough on the game, spent enough pre-ordering Reaper of Souls, and because the real money auction house is there, it's so easy to do, and people just do it. And even I got latched into it. My mate did it, buying like a weapon and shit like that. So I wish that wasn't there, just because the temptation's too simple. But it's good incentive for people to keep playing the game. And and it's great to build relationships with people. You get some mega epic expensive weapon and people want to see that, go, wow, he sold that for 40 billion gold. It's like, that's worth boom boom boom, so much money. And it's like, it's quite interesting, but it's not, I don't think it's good. I mean, trading's good. The normal gold for items should be there, not the real money one though, because end of the day, you're playing the game over and over and over and over and over and over, and you're getting all these epic items, and you might not need them, but someone else might need them. So yeah, you want to sell it for a bit of gold, because gold's gold, and it gets mega expensive doing these gems and shit like that, and repairing. So it's a good way to get some gold. So I think the real money auction house should go, just because it's not right, but the proper auction house should stay. But I think it's interesting it going, because when you're playing Reaper of Souls and you got no way to get gear but legit playing yourself, that as a roleplay standard is cool, because they're making it more affiliated to your class. So whatever you pick up has a bigger chance to be, I'm a monk, more chance of it being like a dex and vitality kind of thing, or a crit chance. Or if I'm barbarian, bigger chance of being health, and strength. Something I need, instead of the amount of witch doctor shit, the amount of demon hunter shit that I kept picking up. Unbelievable. Probably about 80% of my legendaries were for other classes, and the other 15% when I did not need them at all. There's about 5%. I thought, oh, this is cool. I can use this. No, it was all like, yeah, I got a legendary, but you didn't want it. You didn't need it. It was sold for shit. And it was just like such an anticlimax because everyone knows legendaries take forever to drop. It's just shit when they were shit. So it's nice that Loot 2.0 comes out and sorts all that out because it was just a big anticlimax. You see it, boom, light comes up. Cool, it's Witch Doctor. It's a shitty fucking staff thing that I can't use because I'm a monk. So it's quite an anticlimax. I think I've kept a few things just in case of being other races. I don't know what I've kept. I've just kept some random things. Some wizard shit. Some demon hunter shit for some reason. I don't know. I just kept loads of random things for no reason. I know I'll never level up another character. Plus, it's all changing anyway. I don't even know if all this will get wiped. The whole bank gets wiped or anything for Diablo Reaper of Souls. I'm not too fussed anyway because it's easy to get back again. Yeah, I think. Okay. Well, I'll move on now. I went on a bit of a tangent there. So we'll go on to the story. Diablo's got a long, deep story right from the start, and this just carries on from it. I did play quite a bit of Diablo 2. And I've watched all the stuff on YouTube about Diablo 1, Diablo 2, before 3 come out to make sure I can link it all in. And Diablo 3 is like a really nice story. The cinematics help it hugely. And obviously you got the art style, cutscene bits as well. They've all got their own voices, each male, female version. They've all got their own voices doing it. And it's pretty damn good. Tyrael is so epic, Imperius, he is so damn epic. Them guys are cool as fuck. I think Tyrael has become such an iconic figure now. And his voice is amazing. His look is amazing. It's brilliant. And he's there in Reaper of Souls, and it's absolutely spot on. He's such an iconic guy. So the story of Diablo is just an interesting, good story. There's more lore and that than most people realise. A lot more in depth stuff because it's not really one of them games where you have to really know anything because you're just going around chopping shit up. But it's one of them games where there's more than meets the eye. I'm going to quote Transformers. And there's probably a lot, even a lot to do with weapons and stuff. There'll be some kind of backstory too. Like proper backstory more than the bit it says below it, but there'll be something from somewhere that someone used where this weapon's come from. I don't know, but I think the story's played out well, and the twist at the end is cool. I like the twist at the end of where Diablo comes from randomly. I think that's bloody good. I don't want to say anything just in case. I don't want any massive spoilers, but it's really good, and it does catch you out because you just don't expect it. But it is a great game. It's built it all up really nicely, I think. Okay, so my rating of the game. I think for the genre it is, I'm not going to judge it from when it come out, and I'm not going to include Reaper of Souls because Reaper of Souls I've not played yet. I'm not playing yet till March, so I can't really just randomly guess stuff with that. Plus, it's still way in its beta version anyway. Excuse me, but as a game for me, I would give it an honest 7 out of 10. I would give it 7 because it's well worth playing. It's a very good game. It's part of the Diablo series. It's not the exact Diablo sequel everyone wanted, but as a game in general, how the story's told, how the game works, how the monsters are, the variety, the loot, everything, the crafting, it's all done very well. The leveling's done very well. It's not like play it once, boom, you're 60, you got everything. You've got to do it 4 times to get there. You've got to really put the effort in if you want to just unlock all your skills, let alone anything else. So 7 out of 10 is well worth playing. Even before Reaper of Souls comes out, it's a well worth playing 100%. Okay, so that's my Diablo 3 part. Okay, so join me next time. I'll cover Path of Exile. I'll cover Path of Exile, my pros and cons, how I think, and I'll rate it. Then I'll give you my overall, which I think's better, in my opinion, obviously. Okay, so hope you enjoyed my review. Obviously, there's not been much running around, otherwise I've been staring at the screen all the time and not at the camera. But that's Diablo 3, what I think. Join me next time. Hope you like. Please give me a subscribe, comment, give me a rating or whatever, what you think of what I said, if you agree with anything or disagree. Okay, so join me next time and I'll go through Path of Exile. Okay, I've been Dranking. Thank you very much. Goodbye.